Okay, so now we're discussing section 4 of test 1. And this has 30 questions. Sorry, 38 questions, 30 multiple choice and 8 for response. The 30 multiple choice do follow an order of difficulty again. So again, we'll kind of go through the first page to make sure you realize that it's really just pretty straightforward stuff. They also cover a lot of stuff that involve charts and data, and they say calculator allowed. I mean, you really don't need a calculator for most of these problems. Maybe 2 or 3 problems, I'd say. A calculator would be handy. It's really more for computation, but nothing really like that involves like using like a sine or cosine function or a log function. You know, they keep it pretty tame with that stuff. Now, there are some built-in features that could help, like graphing stuff or other apps you may not be aware of. And we'll cross that bridge when the time's right. But let's look at 1. John runs at different speeds as part of his training program. The graph shows his target heart rate at different times during his workout. On which interval is the target heart rate strictly increasing and strictly decreasing? Okay. So if we go from 0 to 30 minutes, so usually, and here's another thing too, typically when you say like which or which of the following, that's usually going to imply a process of elimination technique. So between 0 to 30, obviously it's increasing, but then it stays flat. So it's not strictly increasing or decreasing because it does stay flat for a certain portion. 40 and 60, up and down. I like that one. 50 and 65, up, so down, up, and then flat. Not really so sure if I am too keen on that one. And then, strictly increasing, then decreasing, never mind. C does decrease and increase. That's what we don't want to see. Then 70 and 90 increases flat and then decreases, that's out. So it's B. Again, those are gimmies. Kind of same thing here, like y equals kx, y equals 24, and x is 6. So great. Plug in 24 for y, 6 for x. K is 4. So now you got an equation. Plug in 5 for x, y is 20. So again, very straightforward stuff. Or for 3, this is going back to geometry. These, are going to be the same. Angle 1 is 35, so this is 35. And the one thing that sometimes we kind of forget for parallel lines, that when you have parallel lines, those two angles are going to be supplementary, meaning they add the 180. So this right here is 145 degrees. And then because S and T are also parallel, that's also 145 right here. Therefore, angle 2, which is opposite this angle, is also 145. So yeah, there's testing on your knowledge of parallel lines. Here we could translate 16 plus 4x equals 10 plus 14. So 4x equals 8. If you work out carefully, this is 24. Move 16 from left to right, x is 2. But they put this here as a trap. They didn't ask for x, asked for 8x. So it's 16. So you gotta watch out for the college board can be very cruel and conniving that way, where they'll deliberately put a choice that you would get if you're careless or if you don't read the question carefully. So is C for that one. We'll keep moving around a little bit. Let's look at some problems that deal with like charts or tables, or sorry, some questions that deal with charts or tables. Like here, they want the average number of seeds per apple. So we call this a histogram, where it's like a bar plot in a way. So apparently 2 apples have 3 seeds. So that's 6 seeds. 4 apples have 5 seeds, so that's 20 seeds. 1 apple has 6 seeds. 2 have 7 seeds. And 3 has 9 seeds. So add it all up, you get 26 plus 20 plus 27. Should be 73 seeds, I think. And how many apples do I have? Well, we have 12 apples, you're told that. And that's where a calculator could help. If I do 73 divided by 12, I think 6 point something. They said close to, so it doesn't have to be exact. 73 divided by 12 is 6. And there you go, you get C. So that's super easy. Let's do another one that deals with tables like 13 and 14. And then we'll start talking about some function problems as well. So 13, a group of 10th graders respond to a survey that asks which math course they're currently enrolled in. Survey data were broken as shown in the table above, which one category accounts for 19%. So they have which of the following. So it's process of elimination, right? We talked about this already. Okay, so well, first of all the survey respondents, there's 310 people. So let's do 53 female geometry or 310. Let's do it right now. We get 17.1%, so we're close. But I think we want to be a little closer if we can. Females taking algebra 2. We get exactly 20%. Males taking geometry. They do get 19.04%. So C is definitely closer. Males taking algebra 1. Gosh, these numbers are all really close. Well, algebra 1, so algebra 2, so 44. Which is about 14%. So that's what I'd see. Okay. This one involves some statistics. They like statistics. Apparently you have 21 fish. One fish has a measurement of 24 inches. This is, I guess, the length of the fish. When they say it's an outlier, I mean, it's you know, out of the ordinary or unusual. Of the mean, median ranges listed, which will change the most if the 24-inch measurement is removed from the data. So mean, just so you know, is when you add up all the numbers and divide by a number of numbers. So it's the sum of values divided by the number of values, which actually is not too hard to calculate, but it can be a little painful because you have to add up all these numbers. I'm not sure if I really want to do that. The median won't change. The median is the middle number, like the median in a road, middle number. So if you have 24 numbers, then you want it between the 12th and 13th numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So right now my median would be 12.5. If I got 24, then you have 23 numbers and you want the right smack the 12th number, which would be 12. So it changes a little bit, but not much. Range is going to be high minus low or max minus min. Now that will change. That will totally change a lot because right now it's 24 minus 8. But by getting rid of the 24, then 16 minus 8, which is 8. And that did change quite drastically. And they'll all change the same, obviously, because the median will change by 0.5. That's 6. So that's that one. Now move on to functions. So we want to be comfortable with function notation. So f of x is just y. You even say so. So you want y to a slow point. Low point for y, which is right there. And then want the x value that goes with it, not the actual y value. The actual y value is -2. But if you check it carefully, it's -3, -2. So the x value that goes with it, of course, is -3. And that's what they wanted. And I would say C is a trap if you're not reading carefully. Let's take a look at 19. So 19 is involving a system of equations again. Food truck sells 2 types of items, salads and drinks. The food truck revenue from a selling total of 209 salads and drinks in one day was that much money. How many salads are sold that day? So you want to set up a system of equations. We can use like S for salads and D for drinks. So the number of salads plus the number of drinks is 209. And use a monetary value, 6.5S plus 2D equals 836.5. So a calculator here definitely would help. This is why they didn't put in the non-calc, because I think the numbers are just too weird. There's actually a program or an application, which is kind of hard to show because I don't have my TI Smart View set up just yet. But you could substitute if you want. Not a big deal. S equals 209, and they give you enough time to approach these. And then, of course, put that in and work it out. So also it showed 6.5, combine like terms, keep working it out, but I'm just gonna kind of just give you the answer. This is an interest of time. I actually have a program that does it quite quickly. So you have 1, 1, 209, 6.5, 2, 836.5. Yeah, so I get 93 and 116. So you save some time if you actually can use the calculator well. And so these are things that I'll have to do in a different time when I actually have the TI emulator on my laptop working. But salads will be S. This is S, this is D. So it's 93 salads. Suppose you could work backwards, like assuming that you have 77 salads and figure out how many drinks you have, and then see if it's consistent with the equation for the money. But that could take a while. So I'm trying to recommend you use your calculator. 20 is a good one also because that involves substitution. And then probably look at maybe some of the free response questions. So let's look at 20. Alma bought a laptop computer at a store that gave a 20% discount off its original price. The total amount she paid to the cashier was P dollars, including an 8% sales tax on the discount price. Which one represents the original price of the computer in terms of P? Okay. Usually when you're doing percentages, it's good to let the original be 100. So it means that the discounted price will be 20% discount, so 100 times 0.2, 100 minus 20 is 80. Okay, it's 80. So, but they said that she paid P dollars, which include 8% sales tax. So this is where you want to use your calculator. You do 80 times 0.08 to get the sales tax, which is 6.4. and tack it on to $80. So it's $86.40. That's what P equals, because it said P represents what you gave to the cashier. So you plug in 86.4 in each choice, and the one which one represents the original price, which again was 100. So you see I'm putting 86.4 for P in each choice. Pretty sure it's not going to be A. I don't think it's going to be B either. Let's do C, 0.8 times. No, so if I do A6, let's try D. Yep, it's D. So that's that one. That's also a good strategy, like playing numbers. But let's move to the free response. So again, it gets easier again. So if you get stuck in, like, say, 26, 27, 20, 29, 30, like the last 5 questions, or 20, 29, 30, last 3 questions, maybe you might want to skip them and do these afterwards. Like, let's look at 31 and show you how that's not that bad. Y can husk at least 12 dozen ears of corns per hour, and at most 18 dozen ears of corns per hour. So somewhere between 12 to 18, you can husk the corn, so you can remove all the stuff from the outside. Based on this information, what is the amount of time in hours that it could take Y to husk 72 dozen ears of corn? Well, let's assume he goes at the slow rate. So it would take him 6 hours. Or let's say he goes at the fast rate. It could take him 4 hours. So, and it's inclusive. So 4, 5, or 6, the College Board would accept that answer. You only put one of them, and the way you would do it, you would just, let me actually show the bubbles here. Or put a 5 here, like that. Or you put a 4 like over here, or here, or here. Doesn't really matter. But just gotta make sure you use bubble correctly. Okay. We're gonna clear. Let's look at another one here and then wrap it up. The postal weight limit for a covered wooden bridge in Pennsylvania is 6,000 pounds. The delivery trucks can exit out of the box, each weighing 14 pounds. Will pass over the bridge. The combined weight of the empty delivery truck and its driver is 4,500 pounds. Okay. But then you add boxes. What's the maximum possible to have X, which is the number of boxes? They'll keep the combined weight of the truck driver and boxes below the bridge's postal weight limit. So you're allowed an extra 1,500 pounds, right? They have 14 pounds per box. See at 107.14. So 107. I don't go past that, because then you're surpassing the weight limit. So again, they're not really harder problems. They do get a little more challenging as you progress. We'll look at these last 2, 35, 36. And they do give you a formula for geometry. In fact, if you go to V equals pi r squared h. So they give that to you, and the other ones as well. Dairy formula is a storage cell that is in the shape of the right circular cylinder above. The volume side was 72 pi with diameter in yards. Okay. We already have the height. So solve for the radius. Pi's cancel, r squared is 9, r is 3. So, oh, hold on. But they want the diameter. So even underline for a good reason, so it's 6. Yeah, you got to watch out for that. Last one, number 36. This is purely conceptual. When a rational function is undefined, the bottom is 0. So we'll FOIL that. I think that's minus 26x. Hold on a sec. Oh, goodness. That's a plus sign. So it's, sorry, minus 6x plus 9. There we go. I was like, oh my God, we can't factor this. So yeah, so if you do carefully, you should get that. And then, of course, you get x minus 3 squared. So 3 would be the next value that make that undefined. So purely conceptual there. So that covers some of the things that you would see for the calculator portion of the SAT, or the math section that allows a calculator. So another time we could let me stop the recording.